Hello, everybody, and welcome to my talk. I understand that this day was a bit long. I'll try to be the cherry on your cake. Um, Let me just introduce myself. So I'm Lucas Pasky, business analyst at Odoo for about a year and a half. And today I'm going to present you the following topics, so how to use projects in your pre-sales flow. As you probably know now, you have access to the QR code right on the screen, and you can scan it now. If you don't have time, don't worry, I will put it at the end of my talk. All right, let's start. So let's start with this quote. If you fail pre-sales, you will fail post-sales. So I'll let a few seconds to sink in. I think it's not too complex. And now I will give you a bit of context in regard of my talk. I will be showing you a demonstration based on a company called So Far So Good. So Far So Good is a company based in interior design projects. So they work for commercial corporate, luxury, but also residential type of project. For them, it's really important to have a pre-sales that is rock solid, as when you build a house, you want the foundation to be perfect for the rest to work well. We have to go on site, we have to take documentation, take data from the client, and everything needs to be available at every time. It is really important for them. All right, for those type of industries, there are three main challenges. The first one being that there is always a bit lack of integration and documentation. So it means that people from the sales team might lack communication availabilities with the people from the project. This is something that is a big burden in those kind of industries. Also, admin work can be really time-consuming, and it's something that is a big challenge for So Far So Good as well. The last one is the fact that tracking of efforts, tasks, and everything related to the project is sometimes a bit lost somewhere in the documents or somewhere else. Before we jump into Odoo, let's just imagine that your sales team closes a deal and everything is already well set up for the people in the project to carry on. It's not a fantasy, it's not a dream, it's a reality in Odoo, and I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. Great, let's jump into Odoo. Let's say that we had a discussion with a potential client who wants to renovate his living space. To take that demand into account, we will create an opportunity from the CRM. So let's jump in there and create a new opportunity. Our contact is called Tom Hardy. We can give him some information, so his email address and the phone number. Great. From that, we'll jump into the opportunity, and from the discussion we had with the client, you know that this will be a luxury type of renovation. To make things clearer, I will add a tag for that. But also, we can expect revenue of about 30K, so I'm going to put that as well. Great. Now that I have my opportunity in Odoo, what I want to have is the project directly. That's the purpose of this demonstration. Let's jump into the project app. I remember that I had to do some changes into my project template, so I'm going to do it right away because I want then to show you something really something proper. So from the top bar, the search bar here, I can have access to my templates. I see that I have an activity on my luxury template, which is check template. Let's jump in there. And I remember that I had to work on my pre-sales task. My pre-sales task is right there. Let's jump in it. Great. From there, it misses some data. So first the tag. I want people to know exactly that this is a pre-sales task. Also, I will put the high priority because I want it to be the top of the list. You will see right away what I mean by that. It's like in the CRM. Great. Also, we know that usually it takes about a day on site to gather all the information regarding pre-sales. So I'm going to allocate 8 hours to this task. And last but not least, also a novelty of this version, I'm going to assign a role by default to this task, and it will be for the interior designer at my company. Great. I think that I'm good with the changes. Let me just go back to my template. You now see that it's on top, thanks to the priority. The tags, the hours allocated, everything seems to be great. Good. If I come back to the list of my projects, I remove the filter of templates. It seems like so far so good is a flourishing company and we have many projects. I want to have something a bit more clear there. So I'm going to just create a filter, a group by, sorry, and I'm going to make it default so that every time I enter this view, I will have this, the same view, like that. All right, default filter, and I save. Great. So I've worked a bit in my template, but the actual moment of truth is now. I will create my project. You will see it's going to be really quick in just a few clicks right there. I'm going to create my luxury project from the template I just showed you a few seconds ago. In there, I have to give a name. So it will be living space renovation. I can put TH as well. And I will select my client right there. You see here below the roles that will be assigned to people on the templates. I can do it right away when I create my project. So my interior designer, I know it's going to be Archie Bogusch. My 3D visualizer, it will be Barbara Dupré. In terms of admin and procurement, usually I like Jean-Claude, but he seems to be off right now, so I'm going to take Grégory Declerc. My project manager, I know I can always count on Clément Renoupré on those luxury type of projects. Great. And now, in just a click, I've created my project. How easy it is. Great. Let's take a few seconds to resume what we've just done. We've had our opportunity, we've created our project, and now we want to link everything. That's the purpose of the demo right there. Great. To do so, I will come back to my opportunity, which is right there. And from this field, I will link my project. Let's find it back. Great, it's right there. And now, for the people working in the sales department, they have a direct link to the project thanks to that field right there. Great. Now, let's say that we want Archie to work on the pre-sales task. So we'll jump back on the project from this field right there. Good. Let's go to the view of all the tasks, and let's work on this one. All right. Archie goes on site, and he has some checklist to fill. So you see it there directly. It's already there thanks to the template. And he will discuss with the client, see what's going on. For the aesthetic and feel, the client wants an organic, modern feel with high-end materials. In terms of budget, the client told us that it could go somewhere about 45K. And the timeline, is 6 months from project start. Great. Now he's on site and he took some measurements of the room and he can directly add it to the task here via this little command to upload a file. Let's find the file in my So Far So Good folder. It's right there. Great. We can even check the file right there. It's a bit messy, but we know that Archie works well, so that's okay. Now he will add also the picture of the current living space by doing the media command, and we will add this photo right there. Okay, this is looking nice. Maybe I want it a bit bigger because I have bad eyes. Great. All right, I filled my checklist, and now I will timesheet the time that I've spent there. So let's pretend we are Archie, and we go on-site visit for about 6 hours. So allocated time was 8 hours, but for that specific project, it took less time, so we're going to timesheet 6 hours. And you see that 75% of the allocated time was used. Great. Now Archie will put the task in done. And what is really important now is that he wants the salespeople to know that pre-sales has been conducted and that they can continue with their task. To do so, usually he will log a note to the specific sale who was on the opportunity, but Archie doesn't know that. But now, from the log note, you can log a note to a group. In this case, he will log a note to the sales manager. He knows he's going to reach somebody that will help working on the opportunities. So pre-sales has been done. And since we are good people at So Far So Good, we put a little emoji as well. Great. Now, let's come back to this dashboard and let's sum up what we've done. We've had our opportunity, we've created the project in just a few clicks, and then we've managed the pre-sales task as well. Now let's impersonate the salespeople that will jump on the opportunity and continue their task. So the opportunity is right there. We can move it to qualified because it makes more sense, and we can jump in there. Next task is to go on site to have a meeting with the client. To do so, we'll create from the chatter directly a meeting with the client. So let's schedule it. For this week, it's going to be a bit hard, so we'll go to the next one. I see that I have a lot of tasks on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I'm off on Tuesday. So let's check for Friday. Usually, we like the interior designer to be there, so I'm going to also check for Archie calendar. Is free on Friday, perfect. And we're going to create our meeting. It takes about 3 hours to discuss that kind of project. The name is already quite good. We can add living space so that we know a bit more. And we will add Archie. And also, we will add our client. Great. Usually, we like the people to come on site, so we will put our address as well, and we can save it. So now, directly from the opportunity, we created a meeting and available for all the parties involved. Good. Let's fast forward and say that this meeting was done. We can mark it as done and put a little note if we want. Everything went well, and we can put it as done. Now, the next step is to create the quotation for the client. So directly from the opportunity, we can create the quotation. The first step that we will do is that we will link it right away to the project so that everything will be in the same place at the end, you will see. So from there, I will add my project, and I'm good. Now, I know that it's a luxury type of project, so from my quotation templates, I will choose the right one. I have my lines that are computed. I can reduce the price because I know it's not that big of a project, so let's reduce the services, and I will add some product that the client asked for. For example, he wanted some granite tiles for about 100 square meters, thanks to the measurements that Archie did on site, but also some floor heating system for the same 1 square meters, sorry. Great, we're good with that. We will send it to the client. Great, let's send it. And then the client will have access to the portal. From the portal, is going to check, everything looks fine. We discussed that, it's good to me. I'm going to accept and sign. Let's do a great signature. All right. Now that it's signed, it will go from a quote to a sale order, so we can go and check that. So you see now it's a sale order. Great. Everything has been created for the flow to work. We will now come back to the project so that I can show you that everything is in there. Great. Let's go. And we see now that our project doesn't have the tag luxury, so we will add it. Come back to the view of the project, and now is in the right column. Great. Let's jump in there. And with the top bar feature, we can add everything we want to see. So for example, timesheet, sales order, purchase orders. We want also expenses and dashboards. We know that Archie, when he went there, he went to have lunch with the client, and so he gave us an expense. We can, from the project, directly attach the expense via uploading the file. Let me just find it back. It's right there. Great. Document is being digitized. We can jump in there. It's going to take a few seconds, but if I refresh, it's already there. Perfect. Let's just change the category because it's a meal one. And we can submit it and post the journal entries. Also, if we come back to our project top bar feature, we also want to already purchase the tiles that we sold to the client. To do so, we have the purchase order menu here, and we can create a new one. We know that we usually buy the tiles from our vendor UTile, and we can buy it. for 100 square meters. We had a little discount, so we will add it as well. And then we can confirm this order. Great. Now, from this top bar, I have the list of my tasks. Everything is ready for the people afterwards to carry on. We see that the phase one is the first one there, so it's great. We have the list of the timesheets. We have the sale order that is linked. We have the purchase order, and we have the expense. If we go to the dashboard, we will see that we already have a profitability analysis available for us with what we've sold, but also all the costs. It's not only the purchase order, it's also the timesheet that cost us the time of the employee that is costing for us, and also the expense that was created a few seconds ago. How great is that? All right, that's it for what I wanted to show you in Odoo. I'm going to go back to my slides. All right, what have we solved? So we have now an integration that is way better. CRM, sales, project, expenses, you can name it. Every people can discuss between each other from the departments. And the documentation is there as well for people to carry on the next tasks. We've reduced drastically the admin work at creation. If you remember well, I created my project in just a few clicks. Then we have everything that is well tracked. Once again, so the task, the timesheet, the efforts, everything is in there in my project. I will finish with this quote telling, so 100% of well-managed pre-sales processes lead to an efficient post-sale flow from our beloved Odoo bot. So be part of that 100% and use Odoo for your pre-sales flow. Thank you very much. You can now scan again the QR code if you have some questions.
Okay, Lucas, thank you for showing us how to use projects in the pre-sales flow and be efficient in post-sales. And now let's see the questions from our audience. So let's start with, how can you automate task creation from a sales order?
So basically, from a sale order, you can set up a product that when the quotation will be confirmed, it will create either a project or task within a project, or both a project and tasks. So this is something that is available. And if you want to see that, you can come to the booth maybe tomorrow, because it's a bit late today, but it's possible.
Okay, thank you. Then the next question is, why not link the project automatically from the opportunity?
Why not link the project automatically from the opportunity?
Yes.
So at the moment, it was not possible. I had to add it on my opportunity. But yeah, now it was linked in just a few clicks. Maybe I don't understand the question well, so...
Maybe he or she meant in one click.
In one click?
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, I've done two quick clicks, but maybe we can try to go to one. I don't know. It was quite fast in my opinion.
Okay, then the next question. Okay, if the client refuses the final quotation when the project is linked to the CRM opportunity, how can I see analytically that we lost money since we timesheeted during pre-sales, which won't be invoiced?
The timesheet will be recorded, so it will be available even if the sale is in the end not confirmed and cancelled. So everything is available in Odoo if it's entered once. The project is there. We might put it archived, but the timesheet will still be there and we can still analyze that. So it's still available.
Okay, thank you. Then the next one. How do you link a pre-sale spreadsheet to the sale orders in order to obtain directly the prices?
Not sure to understand. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, the question, I'm sorry, the question was not complete.
Okay.
But we can quickly go back to the previous question about automatic project. The person who wrote this clarified his statement and said, why is project on the quotation not automatically linked?
Oh yeah, true. Because I've created it from my CRM. So my CRM, there is a link, but the link won't be put back on my sale order. I could have created the sale order from the project directly, so it was a bit more clicks. So I wanted to reduce the clicks, but it could go to the project from the tab bar, create a sale order, and then it will be linked to my project. Indeed.
Okay, thank you. Then the next one. Can the quote validation automatically add new tasks for the project that was linked and already had the template tasks?
Yeah, it could. So if we put the project on the sale order and we put products as services that will create a task, if the project is defined on the sale order, the task will be created in the right project. So it's possible, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Then the next one. If there is a single project for pre-sales and post-sales, how can we differentiate between pre-sales costs and standard project costs for the budgets?
So you mean if there are two projects? Which one is it? We could then work with analytic accounting and specify which costs are for which dimensions. Let's say so we would have 2 dimensions, and in the end we could have an analysis on the budget based on pre-sales or post-sales. So it's a possibility, indeed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Then we have another question, since we have more time. Does it mean that the use of analytic account has been replaced, or we can still use it in case I want to use purchase to buy products for more than one project? I think you already mentioned this.
Yeah, it's just that I didn't want to go into analytic accounting, but indeed it's still available. You can still use it like you might have used it before. So it's just that I wanted to keep it simple for this talk.
Okay, thank you. Then the next question is, how can we create budget?
So from the accounting, we have the possibility to create a project. I don't have the accounting app on my database, but if you want to see how it works, come to the booth. I hope you're there tomorrow because once again, it's a bit late today, but yeah, I could show you, but I don't have the accounting right now. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Then you heard Lucas tomorrow at the booth. Then the next question is, can we register in project BOM of sale product?
Bill of materials, so that's what
Yes.
he means. I think so. Once again, I don't have manufacturing, so I cannot check right now. Please come to the booth once again. I'll be there tomorrow, so if you want to talk to me, I'll be there in the morning.
Okay, and then our last question. What about the project created in pre-sales when the opportunity is won?
If you talk about the possibility of still creating the project, you can do it whatever the stage is. Maybe I don't understand the question well, but the project can be created at any time if the opportunity is won, qualified, or whenever you want.
Okay, thank you. And you received some feedback. Thank you. Great talk. Amazing talk. Thank you. Indeed, thank you for this. And please, a round of applause for Lucas. Thank you.
Thank you.